Hi there. I want to give a little update on my indoor herb garden. And it's going terribly, to be honest with you. But I thought I would use this as a beautiful teaching moment. So, yes, I should have done some more research. I thought, they're weeds, right? Like weeds, do they need any special attention? They can like just grow anywhere and be fine. So, why do I need to teach myself about every detail about how to grow these herbs/weeds? So I didn't, and I just stuck them in the soil and like hope for the best. And that did not work, but I'm gonna turn the screen over and share with you an interesting principle that this unsuccessful indoor herb garden teaches us. Here we are. Here is the updated herb garden. These little guys here were planted at the exact same time as this guy here. Interesting, isn't it? I don't have the actual double of this milk thistle plant because I originally put it outside and it died. So I just have the one that stayed inside. But the point here is, look at the container that I created for this one. This milk thistle started off at the exact same growing rate at these guys. And as soon as I put her in this larger container, she started to grow large. And then these guys, who I still haven't transplanted, are still small. They literally cannot reach their potential because of the environment they're in. They don't have what they need. The container is too small and they just cannot fulfill their growth potential. And then there's this guy. I got some of it right. I put him in a bigger container so he can grow bigger, but I missed a very crucial part of growing indoors. I needed a fan so that this guy could get strong. So he's super weak and he's gonna fall over. Look at this, he's falling over. He's falling over. I've had to put him up with a fork because he actually never had any adversity. He's weak, he's big, but he's weak. Plants need wind to grow strong. Okay, so this is the update. It's terrible, everything has gone wrong. But this is a beautiful learning experience, right? Here's what happens when you do not take the time to learn, do not get mentally prepared, and just jump on a bandwagon and throw some seeds into the air and hope for the best. And so, we don't have the best. This is the result of not taking the time to learn, not taking the time to prepare before getting started. And this is what will happen when you do something in your life, like try to lose weight, try to be healthy. If you don't stop to learn first and then make a plan based on the proper knowledge, then, your results are left to chance. But here's the part that I find the most interesting to talk about in terms of our human potential. Like, how many of us have negative thoughts about who we are and what we're capable of because we have never been in an environment that is supportive to us thriving and reaching our potential. And we totally get this when it comes to plants, right? Like, that if you take a plant that is indigenous to Hawaii and it needs those conditions to fulfill its potential, and you try to plant it somewhere else, that plant is not going to show the potential and grow to what it's capable of being in this environment. It's only going to have that intense beauty and potential in the environment that supports it to be its optimal plant self. And that's the same for us as humans. If you are not in an environment that is a match to what you need to thrive and be your full potential, you're gonna be like those little plants that I planted and didn't provide properly for what they needed. They're just staying tiny and they're growing so slow, right? So the reason I'm saying this is because I just want to support you to not be hard on yourself. And instead of thinking that why you haven't become whatever, your potential is and who you're meant to be, it's not because you're bad or wrong, or there's something wrong with you, or that you're just, incapable, or whatever it is, the stories that we make up about ourselves, about why we're not where we want to be. But it's literally because you just literally don't have the right environment and the right resources to support you to be the best version of yourself. Now, of course, we can't just be like, okay, I don't have the resources, I don't have the support, so I guess I'll just sit here and not thrive. No. That may have been the case when you were a child and had no control. Because you're an adult, you have the capability to change it. So you have to look around you and see what you have control over in your own life and just start there with what you have control over. Don't worry about what you don't have control over. It could be as simple as like right now, if you're living in a disorganized, chaotic mess that is draining your energy, then just clean your house and declutter and then go from there. It's a simple first step. Also, feed yourself properly, right? If you're eating junk food and you're not eating real, natural, whole foods as the Creator made and provided for us, then you're not going to have the nutrition that you need for your body to thrive. And if your body is not thriving, you can't thrive mentally and emotionally. And as a result, you won't be able to have the motivation and the energy and the drive and the positive expectation that you need to actually up level and manifest what you want to have in your life. So there you have it. I hope this has helped you to have compassion for yourself and see the reality of why it's been a challenge for you, but also take responsibility for where you're at and work with what you have and do the best with what you have right now. And then once you've done that, then the next step and the next door will open.